Hey guys, welcome back to Trek Yards. I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Commander Cockings, and I'm going straight into Stuart. What is the theory this week? We often have theories on these
Ooh,
things, and this
yes.
is one of your little pet ones. Episode 2 of Picard came out, things were revealed. What was revealed, Stuart?
The artifact.
Ooh.
Some might know it as a Borg cube, but it's not a Borg cube. It's been severed
The
from the
Destroyer
collective.
of Worlds.
So it's now
Yeah.
just called the artifact.
Yeah. Which was nice. I loved
Yeah.
that entire sequence. I thought that was great. And you know I'll give myself another pat on the back here for saying the collective wasn't destroyed, and I love the fact
Yeah.
that and we do complain in Voyager somewhat. I think less us but other people that the Borg were depowered a lot. That a single cube became not a big thing, and to some extent yes, you know if the Voyager can take on a tactical Borg cube by itself. And we just watched I Borg the Q Who, and it's like the cube can take on the Enterprise D with no effort at all, like 3 vzms and it's down. And then I love the fact that now one cube is now sensed as this ultimate powerhouse again. I love that because one cube should be enough.
They're obviously de-Borgifying drones, some of them. The other ones are in stasis, the ones that are dangerous, but there's still dangerous parts of the cube or the artifact.
Although they do clarify that the people are being told they're dangerous, but as Soji says, or they might. I mean, we don't know. Things are damaged or not. Because I've had this cube for we don't know how many years, but I would assume a decade. Personally, like that sort of length of time.
It's 5,800 some odd days without
Yeah.
assimilation.
12 and a half years. wasn't
So,
it?
and that's like 12 years or something like that.
Yeah. So at that point, the cube's not that big, and you can scan it quite easily. So they should know everything about the cube, relatively speaking.
So they got these badges. If you're supposed to stay away from certain areas of the ship, stick to what you know, basically.
Because everyone's there as specific like parts, different cultures. You know, some are there from the Federation, some are there from other races to do like just sciencey stuff, research.
And essentially, they have badges that, if they turn green, run. But anyway, I think those are also able to track these scientists. And they were told not to enter the gray area. So there's this gray area of the ship that stay away from. Bad, danger, flashing signs. Which is enough. You're on a Borg cube. It's already terrifying enough. You're not going to go where they tell you not to go. So it's a good deterrent to get people to stay away from there. Now, my thinking is perhaps Mr. Maddox is actually on the cube, using that gray area to
work in the
develop
gray
his
area.
research.
Right.
And I don't know, because they went another way to say that the Romulans don't work with AI or whatever. So maybe there's a faction of them that are helping Maddox. Maybe.
And just for clarity, who is Bruce Maddox? Because he's quite a very specific reference in TNG. Like he's a one episode and a one mention. Just to re-clarify, who is Maddox?
Watch Measure of a Man. He's the one that wanted to. Well, he's a head cyberneticist at Starfleet, developing androids. He wanted to basically confiscate data and take them apart so that he could design his own version of androids. And from what we've gathered from Picard so far, he's the father of Soji and Daj. He created them from one of Data's positronic neurons. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
Quick summary. And the big mystery is where he went after the ban on synthetics. And, Soji and Daj, we found out, showed up about 3 years ago. So, and they're like synthetic androids. Or like whatever they're,
I think
biological
people call them synthetic organics, which is a weird thing to. It's like saying he's an artificial real person. It's like, I mean, there's opposite statements, but okay. Better word, guys. Come up with a better word, please. But why do you think he's in the Borg cube specifically? Because, I mean, not that's coincidental, but I mean that's right there in the action.
Because no one would expect it. It's a good twist for the end of their season. Because we've already established the Romulans are anti-AI, so why would they have them all in the Borg cube? But that's just the Daj Vosh, whatever it is, the Zot Vosh. And we're still not clear whether Maddox is going to be a good guy or kind of a more villainous type character. So I like the idea of him working on a Borg cube. There's advanced tech there There's many different biological elements that you might require for doing a synthetic organic. There's a lot of stuff on the cube that could definitely be used for that kind of research. And what better way to hide than in the heart of a Borg cube that's being run by Romulans, and just basically either he's created this gray area by giving them false sensor scans that they can't penetrate it, whatever, or the Romulans are working with him specifically and have set up this area to help him out, or somebody's helping him. So I think it might be a possibility. I might be totally off base, but it's an interesting theory that the gray zone you're supposed to stay away from.
Now, do you think he voluntarily went there? He was kidnapped there? He's being held there? Like, where do you think that leads? Because they all mean very different things. He's just been since the ban, so over a decade now. But he might have been somewhere else first. We know that Sung, the original android creator, he was also in hiding and such, and he was on a random planet, a random place. But do you think he's there deliberately? Do you think he sought out the Romulans? Do you think where do you think that lies?
Honestly, the feeling I get is that he disappeared after the ban to just kind of work on his own thing, and then got sidetracked or kidnapped or whatever by the Romulans and forced to kind of, I don't know what their end goal would be, but I believe he's working with somebody that he doesn't necessarily want to work with, and he somehow, maybe on his own time on the side, got Soji and Daj out the door. That's an interesting question. I don't see, again, we don't know whether he's going to be a good guy or a villain. He might be working with the Romulans specifically because they have something that he needs, which is probably just the Borg cube.
And then, but obviously these are all theories within theories. But then, if you add the fact that it was revealed in this last episode that the Daj Vast, whatever they're called, they tried to capture Daj, failed miserably, and they're doing the opposite tact on Soji to try and get information out of her to find the nest. They said, but if he was on the cube and they controlled the cube. I mean, yes, it's the last place you expect him to be, but you would think he'd either try and protect his daughter, or the Romulans would be like, as in the ones that are helping him, would be like, well, I mean, there's these agents here, or whatever. That feels like too close for comfort. Now, I can imagine that possibly, there 3 years ago, I can imagine he left, he did the Sung thing, he got found after he created them, they went away, they did their thing, like maybe sent them out for whatever reason, maybe just to prove that they could blend in and whatever, start introducing people around the place, who knows. And then he was captured while like going to Earth and just seeing how she's doing, captured, and maybe he's put on the cube by the Romulans to actually find a way to kill synthetics, and not just kill synthetics, but find because he understands them. So he's been captured in the last year to just specifically design an anti-killing, an anti-synthetic disease. But he won't give up the location of where his base was because he was captured somewhere else. So they can't get him to do that. They can't get him to whatever. But they can get him to do information for the disease thing by threatening to kill Soji. That's why she's there. That's why she's being kept there. But they want to get they place the nest from her. So that would kind of link that together a bit, because once you put those things together, they said find the nest. Well, if he's right there, you'd think they'd know. That said, we know that there are ex-Borg drones in the grey area that they said that they're not necessarily dangerous, but maybe not go near them. So maybe they found him because they want to be androids. Maybe some of them, this would be kind of a nice twist, if it's not even about Soji, maybe they are just the prototypes. Maybe they are just, the Borg came to Maddox, said, hey, Mr. Borgman, is there a way we can move our consciousnesses, our broken bodies that we're sort of ashamed of and are not can ever be, if you can make us synthetic bodies that even don't look like us, maybe, because we're not really ourselves anymore, can we do that and come to our Borg cube, because we own the grey area, and then you'll experiment on us, it's fine. So Romans do their thing, you'll do your thing, and we'll keep you undercover.
I like that.
Yeah, because that'd be a nice
I like
reason.
that a lot. I like that a lot, because their bodies are very broken when they are de-assimilated. As you see with Huey, he's got a lot of scars on his face and things like that. I would actually love that, and it ties in also with Descent Part 1 and 2.
Yep.
Where Lore's idea was for them to all be artificial intelligence, essentially.
Exactly.
So it's got that that link, that tie-in, which we might see lore.
And you could then maybe they could argue that whatever remains of that X-Borg collective gave Maddox scans of lore, and that was like, you know, they knew lore. Like Maddox would be like, you knew lore? Tell me about him. You know, we never no concept of how long he worked with lore. We've no idea. So that was only linked to a few things. And First Contact, you know, the Borg Queen saying you are close to perfection and such. So I can imagine that being interesting. And as you said, what better place to hide than in the territory of the people that you're trying to hide from? But a cube is big, and the Borg know it better than, you know, X-Borg would know how to hide in a Borg cube better than anyone else.
I think there's going to be a definite mystery connected with that gray area. It's not just a kind of dangerous spot. There's going to be something going on there. So
yeah, my gut is well, I like the Maddox theory. I don't think that's going to play out because I think he's either going to be a recluse like Soong was or dead. Because they won't get that back. I think but I think the grey area is more simple. It's just where the X-Borg are, and they are less nice than they should be, and they don't want to be seen by people, and it's just a case of there's darker secrets than the Romans are experimenting on them. You see some people that want to be free, they're getting technology off, and some that don't. Because we see some people in what's on the trailers, like limbs been ripped up and separated in a gruesome way, and so there's the good experiments and there's the bad experiments in the grey area of life, you know, when they are Borg, so we can chop them up.
And that term "gray area" applies to, you know, not necessarily right, not necessarily wrong, just kind of. I love that kind of tie-in.
Well, it's an on-the-nose reference, but it also makes sense, like it's a fine thing. But that would be a big thing, and obviously, a cube is so big that you can MacGuffin your way into so many like places and rooms and elements. Because it's 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers, and they could make it a super cube, very J.J. Abrams style. Bigger, everything's bigger. Why? Because I told you. Well, there you go, guys. That is some theories, some thoughts. One of Stuart's Pets theories, and I'm sure, as with our "Is it all a hallucination?" will be proved wrong next week.
Yes.
But hey, we can never have these theories after they're proved wrong. So you can come back and look at these time capsules after the show's out and say, hey, that was better than the show. We're like, oops, sorry.
Or sometimes we might be right and go, we got it before we found out the reveal. So, anyway, guys, as always, hit like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave your comments down below about what you think about this theory, what you think might be in the gray area. And also click the notification icon so you get notified every time we upload one of our theories, one of our new tech videos, because we got new ships, new tech coming out of Picard that we are going to talk about and break down per episode. So, yeah.
Yeah, we try to do a lot of this stuff for you guys, but if you want to support us, you should and you can, please. Patreon, great way, or join our lives and Super Chat, literally $5. If 10 of you $5, that's a lot of money for us, really, really is. Or one-time donation at trekyards@hotmail.com, that's our PayPal link, and just as Super Chat, we get a chunk of that. PayPal will get more of a chunk of that, so keep that in mind, and you can give us a little message and stuff as well. All the ways. But obviously just liking, subscribing, and watching all of our main videos. That is a great way. So if you see a video pop up, just have a little look. Our midweek videos are short and edited and crisp and nice and good theories. So come along, join in, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. So until then, guys, I'm Captain Phil.
I'm Commander Hugs. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.